Welcome to the Warp. I'm Jack Reda. I'm the designer of Cosmic Odyssey, which is the 7th expansion for Cosmic Encounter, and it includes the Cosmic Campaign, which is a campaign mode for Cosmic Encounter that's played over 4 games. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 2 of the types of cards that are made for the campaign. We have Master Cards and we have Wrenches. So I'll explain how those work and what they do. In the campaign, at the end of each game, you're going to have a ranking of the players. So you're going to take their scores and you're going to rank them. And in most cases, whoever won a game is going to be ranked number 1. But there are things that can affect your score, how you score those games. And so even the winner might not necessarily be ranked number 1. But you're going to have a little score pad. You're going to write down everybody's score, put a little circle around whoever was ranked 1, and you're going to put a little square around whoever was ranked last. Now, at the beginning of that game, when you have determined what age you're going to be playing, you're going to take the corresponding master cards. So they all have names that correspond to the ages. So there's the Alliances and Storms and Dominion, etc., etc. And each one of these is basically a prize for whoever comes in first place in that game. And you're going to hold on to these master cards until the finale, which is the 4th game. And then in the order that players receive these master cards, they're going to play and resolve them before that 4th game begins. That will give them a little bit of an advantage in that final game, which will determine the winner of the campaign. So let's look at a couple of these master cards and see what they do. So this is the one from the Age of Alliances. Before you begin that finale, you're going to draw 4 envoy cards. You'll place one face up next to your alien sheet and shuffle the other ones back into the deck. And the envoys, those are aliens from the Cosmic Duel universe that you get to actually, it's like having an extra little alien. They're generally not quite as powerful as the regular aliens, although some of them are pretty good. So you're going to get your choice out of 4 if you've got that master card. This is the one from the Age of Storms. So if the space station's variant is being used in the finale, you and no one else will perform its setup again. So you're going to be getting a double helping of the space station variant if it's used. And if the space station variant is not being used, add it. But only you perform its setup. During step 1 of the setup, keep all 3 cards. So this gives you a huge advantage playing that one. The one from Dominion, if the reward deck variant is not being used, add it to this game. If it's already being used, add the ultra reward sub-variant. So those are the red reward cards that are super powerful. Whenever you draw a new hand, including your opening hand, you may draw up to 2 reward cards as part of your hand. So a nice advantage there. This one's interesting from the Age of Mutations. Whether or not the evolution variant is being used, draw 2 evolution cards, place one face up next to your alien sheet, and shuffle the other one back into the deck. Each other player places one of their ships on this card and cannot place any additional ships there. So what's interesting about that is you get to choose basically a handicap that all the other players are going to have in the game, and that you don't have to worry about. So it's these master cards can be pretty powerful. You definitely want to try to get them in the 3 games leading up to the finale. 1, so that you've got that edge, and 2, so that no one else has it. Now, let's talk a little bit about the wrench card. So what happens is when you come in last place in the 3 games that precede the finale, you're going to get marked with the square, and the square means that you're going to be drawing wrench cards in the finale before that game begins. And so in the order that you receive them, or at least starting with whoever got one first, and I think it goes clockwise, you're going to draw 2 wrench cards, and you're going to choose one to resolve. And these, they don't necessarily give you any advantage, but they can level the playing fields in a couple of different ways. So let's look at a few of those. So this one's called Impoverished. When each player draws a new hand, including their starting hand, they're going to draw 2 fewer cards. So it's like, all right, well, if I'm going down, I'm taking everyone else with me. This one is if the hazard deck variant is not being used, add it, and then you're going to put the danger zone hazard into play. This one is you're going to choose a number from 1 to 5, and each player will send that number of ships to the warp at the start of the game. This one is you're going to add another alien. Everyone's going to have another one. You're going to resolve another selection method so that your coalition is bigger. And then players will decide on their new aliens simultaneously. And this one is when you prepare the cosmic deck, you're going to add 10 additional flares from the flare deck into the cosmic deck. So it's a fly in the ointment, as they say, a wrench in the works. It's just a little surprise that you have some control over. So if you, let's say that you're warpish and you're able to start the game with everyone having 5 ships in the warp, that is going to give you an edge. Or if you are, I believe it's Relic that can get a colony every time somebody draws a new hand. That means that if you're able to have everyone start with fewer cards, they'll be drawing new hands sooner. So there are edge cases where the wrench can help position you slightly better than you would going into that game. If you've got wrench cards, then you haven't been doing too well with the aliens in your coalition, at least against the aliens in the other players' coalitions. So it's nice to be able to throw these surprises at the players in the finale, because it might be just the little bit of disruption that you need in order to prevail and win. And what's nice about the campaign is that it's not a cumulative score. It all just comes down to who wins that 4th game. But along the way, you are positioning yourself to do better and get some of those master cards. So even if you don't win that first game, depending on how well you did, you're going to get certain prizes. So certain things like getting an envoy or a privilege or starting with a reward card or something like that. That happens in the games leading up to the finale. And you can use those to hopefully win game 2 or game 3 of the campaign and get a MasterCard that you can use at the end. And again, if you just have bad luck through one or more of those games in the early part, the wrench cards might be just enough of a surprise or a bit of craziness that in the midst of it all, you can somehow find a way to leverage everything that you do have going into that final game. So that's a little bit about the campaign. I'm definitely going to be doing more videos that will cover the campaign and certain elements of it and why it is such a good time and a great way to re-experience Cosmic Encounter or to dive into it if it's new for you. So that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.